Hello, my pretties. This is episode number 52 of Crazy Confessional Stories of an Uber/Lyft driver. This involved, oh my goodness, this is quite a story. This definitely makes the cut. I was picking up an elderly gentleman, 82 years old, from a healthcare facility. He'd been hospitalized for a couple of weeks. Right upon picking him up, the staffers there wheeling him out in a wheelchair. The guy can't walk, hardly can even hold up his own body weight with a walker after getting out of his wheelchair to step in my car. Anyway, the staffers there couldn't believe that they were even releasing him. They were shaking their heads, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, he's got somebody at his house that I'm taking to help him, right? With a walker and so on. They neglected to mention that the person receiving him would not get out of the house to help, but I had to go to the door, open the door, grab a walker that was inside, and inside I saw another elderly person, an old lady, who could hardly walk herself with the assistance of a walker. So I'm like, oh goodness, well, my best shot. So I proceed to take the walker out to him. The ride was about 6 or 7 minutes. Mentally there, mental acuity just fine, conversationalist. He was a pleasant guy, a nice guy, you know? And I'm like, well, I hope you can walk again sometime. Hope you heal soon so you can walk again. And he's like, oh, it's not likely to happen. But yeah, me too. That would be nice. Something like that. Crossing my fingers for you, sir. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. So anyway, then we get to the house, what I already mentioned, get the walker to him. And he struggles a bit to get into the walker, but he did okay. Then I'm watching him take his first step toward the garage, inside the garage where the door is. He's going to eventually enter his house, which he never made it. But I watched him take his first step. I'm like, all right, I gotta watch this guy, make sure he at least gets in. At that point, it's out of my hands. Good luck. Well, as soon as he got to the couple of little baby steps that leads up into the door of his house from his garage, that's where he fell back. Before that point, his pants had actually fallen down. Now, at that point, I'm thinking, oh my God, there was no underwear either. I don't know if his underwear was not on him or it was on him, but it came down with his pants, but his pants fell straight down. I wasn't going to offer to help put them back up, but this poses my first question to you all. What would you have done in that situation? Uber driver, you don't know this guy, picking him up from a healthcare facility, dropping him off, his pants goes down, I mean, all the way down. His bare ass, his dick, everything is out. Would you have helped him put his pants back on? I did not feel comfortable with that at all, and well, 2 reasons. 1, I don't know the guy, and 2, unfortunately, we have to think about possible liability exposure. What if he says I tried something? You know, he didn't strike me as the kind of guy that would do that, but you never know. So I decided in my brain pretty quickly after that conversation, no, I can't help him put his pants back up. Hopefully he makes it in his house and he can figure it out once he's in there. But he didn't make it. He fell. Maybe tripped over his pants when he was trying to make it up that little baby step. So at that point, just before he goes down, this whole little stride to the steps that lead into his house, I'm thinking to myself, if this guy goes down, there's no way he's getting back up. I'll have to call an ambulance. And sure enough, he goes down immediately. I'm like, I'm so sorry, sir, but I gotta call an ambulance. Are you okay? And he says, no, don't. Okay, call an ambulance. Fine, yeah, go ahead, do that. Yeah, I'm okay, I'm not in any pain. Like, all right, thank goodness you're not in any pain, but I'm so sorry, I gotta call an ambulance. And yet, for that half second, he didn't want me to, and he cut himself off mid-sentence to just surrender to the fact that an ambulance was indeed going to be called. So thank goodness for that. I'm relaying messages back and forth over the phone between the guy, because he's completely lucid. He wasn't short of breath. He wasn't in any pain. He said he was feeling okay. He had blood on his forearm. He said that was from the scabs. Some of them had been ripped off during his fall. That's why he was bleeding on his forearms. All right, that makes sense. Cool. So it took just a couple minutes or so for the ambulance to show up. I waved him down at the end of the drive. Hey, it's over here. During that time that we're waiting for the ambulance, I'm actually cracking jokes with the guy, because in my head I'm thinking, my God, this guy is obviously sunsetting. What if this is his last experience on planet Earth outside of a hospital type of facility, you know? So I wanted to make it as good a one as I possibly could. So I'm, cracking some jokes, some light humor, stuff like that, and even had him giggling a little. So if that was his last experience outside of a medical facility, hopefully I've made it a decent one under the circumstances. So the paramedics show up, I answer a couple questions, they're on it, they know right away what to do, they're professional. Like, do you guys need me anymore? He said, no, you can go ahead and take off, thanks for calling 911. And that was about it. So I ask all of you, what would you have done? Would you have physically tried to help this person up once he had fallen? Even if his pants didn't fall down, I still would not have helped him up, because he's 82 years old. Obviously very fragile, frail. I could have done more damage to him if I had helped him up, no matter what my intention was. And also the fact, let's face it, in the society that we live in, he could claim I tried something. And who knows if that would be successful in a court of law. So for all those reasons, it's like, nope, if he goes down, I cannot help him up. I gotta call an ambulance. And the person inside definitely is not capable of helping him up, because this was also an elderly person, an elderly woman, who was not capable of doing anything except barely holding up her own body weight on her walker as well. In fact, she never even came outside of the house because she couldn't. And so yeah, what would you have done? Anything differently? I don't know. Would you have cracked jokes? That part seems to be a no-brainer. But one other observation I will make is that when I was, the front door was open as I went to grab the walker, I could see around the house a little beautiful neighborhood, beautiful house from the outside. Inside looked like it probably was a beautiful house, except for the fact, complete pigsty. Nothing had been picked up, litter everywhere. So I had to probably reasonably conclude they were probably the only two people that lived there. The only two people living in that house were two people that could not walk. So how are they going to clean? And if somebody else had lived there, maybe someone more physically capable, that person, I would imagine, would have been there to receive this gentleman as he had come home from a hospital stay that lasted over a couple of weeks. But no, there was nobody there except the other person who also could not walk. So, sad situation. The guy seemed like a nice guy. Mentally, completely there. Physically, he's breaking down, man. He's sunsetting, I'm pretty sure of it. And that very well could have been his last experience. I mean, they took out the stretcher, or the bed, whatever, the gurney, that's the word, the gurney from the ambulance, like they were going to take him away. So I would imagine they probably took him away. Probably assessed the situation as I did, and concluded, yeah, there's no way, because they'll just be called right back. In fact, one of the paramedics did say that they haven't called to that facility, or that house, multiple occasions for a fall where the guy couldn't get back up. So I'm like, yeah, maybe this is the last time. It's fair to say that this is probably the last time, and I hate to think of it. I shudder the thought, because we're all going to be there at some point. And okay, one more last observation. I can't get this image out of my head. And this is something I've got to get over. And my healthcare friends out there who are actually in the field, who see this every day, this is like, yeah, this is Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday for me. I saw the dude's ball sack. It was practically hanging down to his kneecaps. I can't get the image out of my head. I'm just an Uber driver. Oh my God. Yeah, so that's my stuff to get over, because it happens. But I've heard from some of my friends who work in the industry of healthcare, I guess it's a side effect of certain medications that people commonly take who are getting older. So, and I'm sure the dude's got tons of health problems, probably on tons of medications, and so that's one of the side effects, I guess. So, I guess one moral of the story is always be nice to people, because you never know if it's going to be their last time outside of a nursing facility for the rest of their lives, like it could be for this guy. Also, another moral to take is take care of your health. We don't have to age that way. We have a large degree of control. We can stack the odds in our favor to where we don't have to end up like that. I like to think I'm doing a pretty good job for myself, leading the example of living a life. Love to you all. Be well. Take care of your health. And bye for now. My website, by the way, is orgasmicpathways.com. Orgasmicpathways.com. Check it out. Lots of cool stuff there around health and wellness and music and dancing. Bye for now.